Maika and Mike. We're on the road. We'll be talking with our special guest, Ingrid. She's a healer international. Talk about spirituality gifts. Do you know you have gifts? And perhaps because of your beliefs, because of your culture, you have hindered those gifts. So, Ingrid, welcome.
Hi, how are you, everyone?
We're doing good. Everybody's like, we're going to talk about spiritual gifts because you have gifts. You share, you travel all over the world, and you share those gifts. You have your clients spiritually, and I think we all have those gifts.
Yeah.
But share me about one of your gifts that you have that you share with people.
Well, I have the gift of intuition. It's very developed. I can feel the feelings of others, or what are they going through in this moment, and I perceive it because I start feeling things in my body, like when you have when you
The
see
chills,
something,
right?
the chills, or you feel stressed, and I'm doing okay, and I say, why am I feeling stressed? It's because I can feel how the other person is. So that has been developed more and more through the years, and I try to help the people to channelize the emotions through different tools. I use the tarot so that I can see more clearly what's going on.
Kind of scope it. Kind of look at the scope, right?
Uh-huh.
When did you discover your spiritual gifts? At what age or when?
As I can remember, around 8 years old, I remember walking in a hallway and seeing my shadow. I don't know, it's strange to explain it. And then I remember...
You can say it in Spanish.
Sí, me acuerdo cuando tenía 8 años que caminaba y veía mi sombra, pero era como mi otro yo, era como otra parte de nosotros espiritual.
Like your third person, right? The shadow. You see that.
Y siempre tenía preguntas sobre de por qué yo veía esto en mí, o me escuchaba como otra persona. Y es que tenemos diferentes energías en el mismo cuerpo. Tenemos varios cuerpos. We have many bodies in our bodies.
It's interpreted like more of that energy, right? Do you think that it comes from generations from our ancestors? Because yo tengo, después de caso mis parientes, mi abuelito, mi bisabuela era parte de India y era spiritual healer. They were spiritual healers, and so you think that?
Sí hay una herencia que viene de un linaje de la familia. Generalmente es a través de mujeres. Generalmente, no todo el tiempo, pero sí es a través de mujeres. It comes from our ancestors in the feminine part, most of the times in the ethnic culture.
Okay.
In more the Western, it's more the inheritance from the father.
Oh, okay.
Because it's more the mind, the third eye, the psyche, and more the mind, the brain, it comes more from the masculine
Share
part.
with me what the psychic. A lot of people think that psychic could be very taboo. It has a label. So, is the psychic comes from the higher power, that the energy that we have? How is that interpreted?
It works with a higher consciousness.
Okay.
Because we have different bodies. We have the physical body, then there's a spiritual body, the emotional body, the mind body, and then higher up is a higher consciousness. So the 3 chakras higher, like the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown, all are connected with the psychic.
And what do they serve, Ingrid? The throat and those when you mentioned the chakras, what are their purpose?
Oh, the purpose is so that you can open to the higher dimensions to channelize information through your 3 chakras of the higher consciousness and work for some mission that you have to help or do other things that you are requested. Like many people that have clairvoyance, they are called to the police or other institutions to clear out crimes or things that they cannot find the answer, so they can see what happened in a specific place. Even they can draw the images of people that were involved in these
So
situations.
that energy it's more the psychic, the feeling.
It's more what they see. It's
Okay.
all from here in the back. It's like a camera they can see through images, and they just appear on them, and then they
you see like
hear.
snapshots.
Right?
Right.
And they hear voices, or they feel. Sometimes it's three spiritual gifts that one person has, because
Okay.
they are all connected. Some people can have very developed the hearing.
Okay.
They hear noises,
Blah
and
blah blah blah. And then I think it's interpreted in our own language.
Mhm.
For some of them, like you said, some of them have more gifts, more spiritual gifts. Others are given to that gift that's so focused. Because your focus is like your spiritual gift is see that you scope it, you see it very thorough to that person. You connect with you feel the energy, you see the presence, right?
Yeah, the reason why I use the tarot is because it's giving me more information than just one feeling. So it helps me a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you can interpret what you see, you can give a better information to the person that needs your help. Otherwise, sometimes you can have very strange apparitions, and you don't know how to explain the person. You know, I can see this and this and this. And it depends also on what kind of gift. Also, the mediums, they are connected with the people that are dead,
Yeah.
or are not in this frequency anymore.
And I think part of to manifest that is a lot of the meditation and we're praying to connect to that source, what I call it, because I know of a spiritual trainer also that guide me how, because we have gifts, and I know I have some gifts, right? And so my gifts, and I embrace that. I can know when the message comes to me, letters and numbers, and then the voices to me are blah blah blah. And not that I went to Cocoa Puffs. No, I didn't go Cocoa Puffs. People said, "Oh my God." So how would you interpret that? Because now people come to me. I could sit down in an audience when I'm doing the public speaking, and I see auras. Okay, a lot of auras. But then I see they want to connect with me, but I focus on my public speaking, right? And so when I have an individual consultant, then I reveal to them, if they want to, the other message, right? And this is something that I just, not that I discovered, I know that I had it, but because my belief, my culture, maybe friends and family, they're going, you know, it's all about, him, his ego, right? So what I learned from my spiritual guide is to kind of just reveal to those people that I feel confidence, that I trust, that open receptive. But most of the time I have revealed certain things to people, and I think we were talking about something in a session, right? And I just said to you, this is what's happening. I didn't know that, and then your cat came because you lost your cat.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, the letter and the color, and how would I know that? And then I just give you the message that it was there. So me, I'm just giving you the message, how you process it, how you manifest it, how you formalize it. It's really up to you. But it comes to me when the person is ready, and then I have to have permission to the person. Are you ready to receive this message, right? And so, and probably the gifts for me is because I'm in the public eye, right? I've been into TV and all that. And I remember when I was about 4 years old, my grandfather, I was kind of pretending in front of the TV, interviewing this gentleman that had a program in Mexico City. And my grandfather said something there. I remember, my family members might not remember, but I really remember exactly that. And what he said to me goes, you're going to be in TV. So what was he thinking? What did he saw something, right? A potential gift. And then working with palliative care for many years. I could go, and I'm grateful for that. I learned a lot about the end of life, quality of life, and all that. But I remember working with my boss. She was a registered nurse, and she was a nun. And I remember going to those residents, and when they were ready to make the transition, we would pray together. And I would see them crossing over. So that was a gift for me that she told me, you have a gift, own it, embrace it. And when they were in a coma, I could walk in the room and I could hear the message very clear. So I had to have a conversation with the family to remove that family member out of the room because the person was having struggle to depart.
Mhm.
And so those are the gifts I think that we have to recognize. What are our spiritual gifts, and how do we
Develop.
develop?
Well, we all have spiritual gifts. Everyone, as born as a human, has a spiritual gifts. The thing is that only some people have it already developed since they were born, and others can develop it through the time, or if something extraordinary happens in their life, like an accident, and all of a sudden the switch turn on, and people say, "What's going on with my reality? Everything is different now. I don't see things as 3D because this is a very dense dimension.
Yeah.
The spiritual dimension, it's more alive and it has more things to learn than this. This really does not have a lot like in the spiritual dimensions."
Well, I say that. I say the body, the physical body, is knowing what is really spirit, right? It's not the other ways that the spirit came to see what's flesh. It's the body came and merged to the spirit by choice. So what is this physical? What is learning to be loving, caring, compassion, all that in the physical world, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember when I discovered what this gift that I have. How would you interpret that gift that I have? I don't know.
Because you probably had it developed in another life. You were probably a saint, or you were probably somebody who had a lot of spiritual developed in other lives. And when you come in this life, you already have it on. It's like people that are genius for the to play an instrument, like
Yes,
little
yeah.
boys 5 years old.
Piano artist.
Like you say, why this little kid from 5 years old can play like that, which other people have been playing all their lives and they don't know nothing.
Because all my brothers, my siblings have potential gifts of being artists. I have my brother, Tavi is an artist, well known. And then I have my sister, she's an educator. She's also at middle school, did some art. And then my oldest brother had something blocked him, and I don't know what it was. It could be beliefs, cultures, whatever it was.
Mostly it's beliefs.
It's believed that it tells, shame on you that you're going to share that to the
Because
public.
they're going to think you're crazy and they think we are bad.
Right. And I remember when I was about 21, 22, I had a procedure, medical procedure, and that's when I know that I came to work with palliative care after this happened to me. About 21, 22 years old, I had a procedure, and I remember I left the physical world because I remember with the doctor afterwards, the surgery. I died physically, and then I saw everything. I saw the other side of the spiritual world. Believe me or not, I saw that. And I began to know what was part of my purpose in life, what I'm doing in motivating, inspiring people and all that. And I knew I was going to work with a nun to the detail. Because she told me later on, you know why you're working. She also had a connection.
Of course.
And so I began to not share much of that. And now that in motivating and inspiring people, it comes more to life.
Yeah, because right now the planet is ascending to a higher dimensions and people are receiving a lot more messages. Some people are more open to all of this and it's more acceptable. So now it's a time like we could talk about it freely without being fear of how it's judged. So it's the right moment right now to speak about it because we are all connected. We have all these.
That energy, right? That just keeps.
It's all in ourselves.
When you hurt, everybody hurts. When you discriminate, everybody's discriminating each other. And just that's what the world is in an evolution right now, changing to let go of what didn't work. People placing things and believing disconnecting. What would you say to somebody that is acknowledging today, as they could hear us today, their spiritual gifts?
Okay, first of all, they have to try to be in peace and try to write what they are feeling when the message comes and the information comes. That way, you can analyze what are they trying to give you, what information are they trying to give you. Because you're only a channel. We are all channels and we're receiving information all the time. It's a quantum.
Yeah, we yeah, trust me. A lot of times we get the message, the channels, and that energy just channeling, giving you. For my example, I'm in a public restaurant, and I get the message, and it could be the letter, it could be a name, and I'm wrong on the table. That name makes no sense for you, but when I'm in public, somebody's trying to connect with me to say something to somebody else. And I don't know until somebody.
Yeah, because you are channelizing information that you need to give to someone. Because you already have this state open, so you need to just try to let flow the information and wait to see what else they're trying to tell you. Breathe, stay like one moment in silence, and then when you understand what they're trying to say, then say it.
Yeah, it's a process. I think one of the things that I've learned, and I'm still learning, is meditating.
Yeah.
It's peace of mind, shutting things door. And one of the things I learned in the shower, when you take in the shower, you can write the ideas when you get out of the shower. But the shower is, excuse me, the shower is we connect to that energy when the Wonder Mother.
Because the water is the channel, is the element of the nature that connects with our psychic information and psychic world.
So when you take a shower and you get good ideas, get out of the shower and write things down. Because even, excuse me, even in business development, relationships, anything, that's just why I come my ideas. You know, I put them down and how I'm going to put it together. But one of the things that I learned, you can share that with us, the listeners, is meditate. Do meditation. Relax. Disconnect from that stress that's going on. Mm-hmm. It's a process. And connect to somebody that it's a spiritual guide, a healer that will guide you to unfold and manifest your spiritual gift.
It's an inner world. The spiritual gifts are connected with the inner world. So you have to shut down the noise outside and try to just...
The nonsense, right? The nonsense.
And hear what's inside. Because that's a whole world. And
one of the things that I wrote, it's Charles Fillmore was the Unity founder of Unity Church in the United States. And the book is called Prosperity.
Okay.
Read the book, find the book. And every moment you get up, before you walk out of the house, you say it 10 times. I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous. Prosperity, I gotta have some tea. That's
Sure.
a good thing about having tea, right?
Yeah.
With the energy telling me, tell them, speak out, right? Is prosperity means, besides wealth, before I have money, because money's a tear in a bucket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
prosperity means relationship, healthy business, prosperity of a home, prosperity because you have a good, healthy relationship with people, the gifts that the divine universe is giving you. That is prosperity. So let's understand prosperity. Prosperity is very global in this life journey. And if you interpret prosperity as money, it is a tear in the bucket compared to whatever prosperity gives you.
Yeah, because the abundance is in nature.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. The birds wake up and they have food. So it's abundance. It's
Yeah.
just that you connect with that feeling, with the feeling of abundance, how you feel inside, how you perceive everything.
And you say abundance because you said to me, what is your heart desire, this transition of abundance? We talked about relationships and all that stuff. I said an abundance, the relationship will come with abundance.
Yeah.
So my thing is abundance.
It's
abundance,
feeling abundance.
feeling abundance and owning it and prosperous. So yeah, go to the book. It's Charles Fillmore and it's Prosperity. Read the book. It will change your life. And our next book that I'm reading is Gary. Gary's been a good friend of Oprah, and his book has come out, and it's about authentic love. And now I'm going to talk
That's
about.
like from the 50s, no?
So, oh my God, yeah, and it still exists, and it changed my life. I took the course, it's changed my life. But Gary has his book, and he talks about authentic love, and authentic love comes within us, right? Somebody told me, do you see me? Somebody asked me just, do you see my soulmate? And I said, your soulmate is in with you. Your soulmate is you. Your soulmate is the universe and divine. You're talking about relationship that will happen, but until you find authentic soulmate within yourself, everything's unveiled. And the prosperity book tells you a lot of that. So anything else you want to say to somebody out there that is really have challenge of acknowledging their spiritual gifts?
Okay. Many people say, can you tell me what my gift is? That's something that you have to work personally on. Nobody can tell you which your gift is. You have to work on it, and you have to connect again with that energy that you have since you were born. So that's something that everyone has to work on to start receiving this information, and then you can see, or life will put you through events where you have to follow your true gifts.
Yeah. Where will they find you? Because you're in Cabo, but where can they reach to you about your service as a healer? Where can these people right now? Because we're global.
They can call me or find me in Facebook as Cabo Feng Shui, Feng Shui, or in my phone is 624-224-45. No, 624-224-5945.
We'll put it down there.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the link there.
Because the translation.
Yeah. That translation in English and Spanish, English to Spanish goes like that. But thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
About
very
spiritual
much.
gifts. Know your spiritual gifts, regardless of your belief, regardless of your culture, regardless of your family, friends going, You got to own that spiritual gift because you're here on this planet, and ask the question today. What is your purpose being on this planet? It is to what? Because I know it's me, as Maika, myself, is to transform humanity with gifts, with our guests in my platform. Remember, everything begins the vision. Love yourself. Maika on the road. We'll see you. Hasta luego. Bye-bye.